couple of previous demos, I have showed you or made reference to the reflect tool multiple times. And I want to really get that point across and prove to you just how powerful it is. So we're going to draw an alien. We're going to draw characters here in chapter 6. So I've already set up an Illustrator file for you. I will go to File and Open. And here in chapter 6, I have 6.1, a basic alien. There's my Illustrator file. And we are going to create this guy. So just like some of the previous files, I have already set up your layers for you. Okay, so we'll just start from the top this time. The eyeball, that's the thing that's closest to us. And what you're also going to notice is that I have a guide because this character is very symmetrical. So I put a guide in the template as well. So as always, first thing I do is D for default colors, click on the fill, hit the question mark key. I'm going to go with my ellipse, and first I'm going to make sure there are no check marks on my view menu. Have that clean. Right here on the guide, I'm going to measure about where the center of that eye would be. I'm going to hold just my Option or Alt key, and I'm going to draw the big shape first. If I'm a little bit off, which I can tell I am, I'm still holding my mouse and my Option or Alt key, and now I'm going to press the space bar and just reposition this down like this. Put it kind of back in the center. Now I let go of only the space bar. I'm still holding my Option or Alt key. I'm still holding my mouse, and I'll pull the mouse to resize it a little bit more. Now I let go of the mouse first. And I'm going to make that stroke 2. A little bit thicker, a little bolder for this guy. But notice, if I were to zoom in for a minute, notice the ends of my lines are nice and round. The corners are all nice and round. So I want to match that from the beginning. Okay, so what I do is I select this circle, and you want to constantly be reminded on your stroke panel, you click the 2 middle buttons. Round off the ends of any lines, round off corners. Even though this has no end or no corner, get used to these 2 buttons. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw the next size object. So I'll hold Option and I'll click and drag, or Alt on my PC, and I'll click and drag out to there. If you want it to be a perfect circle, hold your Shift key at the same time, and we'll go right there. I'll go right over that same center point. Now I do the next smaller shape. Shift and Option or Alt key. You always let go of the mouse first. Then the center of the white would be right about there. Shift and Option or Alt key. And I can hold my space bar and move that. Once you've established all your shapes, then you color them in reverse. You click your black arrow first, then your eyedropper. So if this little circle is selected, I can just click. If it's not, you Command click on a Mac or Control click on a PC. Your Command or Control key will activate your black arrow. Click, let go of your keyboard, and sample the color. Hold Command on my Mac or Control on my PC. Click, let go of your keyboard, and sample the color. Hold Command on your Mac or Control on your keyboard. Click. Now keep in mind, we want to keep the black outline. So if you want to fill an object with color and keep the outline, you hold your Shift key with the eyedropper. Shift click. Now I hold Command on my Mac or Control on my PC. Click. Let go. Hold Shift and click so you keep the outline. Great. That's one layer done. I'm going to protect these layers by locking them right next to the eyeball. And then I'm going to go to File menu, Save As. Last name, first name, basic, alien. Always on my desktop, always as an Illustrator file, and I'll save it. Now that it's locked, I cannot accidentally bump it or delete it with my black arrow, so that's cool. I'm going to come down to the mouth, D for default colors. The mouth is not white, so I'm going to click on the white and hit the question mark key. I know that this outline was thicker, so I want to make sure before I even draw, the stroke will be 2. Before I even draw, the stroke panel will be middle button, middle button. I can click anywhere up here. That'll get rid of the stroke panel. And now I'm just going to draw the outer edge of the mouth. So we'll just start right there. Click and drag, go up, click and drag, go up, bend over, click and drag down. Now come back up, click and drag up. Now come back down, click and drag down. Now turn and go back up. Now turn and go back down into the tongue and back to the start. I don't hold Option key or Alt key. That's not a corner. Just nice, smooth curves. But you'll notice we have the teeth. They're supposed to be inside the mouth. So I'm going to take my black arrow, click outside, and I'm going to introduce you to another panel called your Path Finder. Here's how you draw the teeth. I'm going to start outside the mouth. I'm going to click and drag down, let go, come down to the point. Click and drag down. Hold my Option or Alt key for a corner. Click and drag up, let go, go all the way outside. You draw the tooth starting outside, cut into the mouth, and go back outside. Very, very important. Way outside. Command click on my Mac or Control click on my PC, and I'll do the same thing for the other tooth. I'll start at way up here. Doesn't matter. Click and drag down. Now I move down. Click and drag down. Option or Alt key for a corner. Click and drag up. Come way outside the mouth. No keyboard at the end of your curves, and you drag up. Now what I do is I select both teeth and the mouth. I can do that without hitting the eyeball because I've locked the eyeball. See, I could just click and drag from here. It won't select the eye because it's locked. When I have the mouth and the teeth selected, I go to Window menu, Path Finder. This is a great shortcut panel. So what I'm going to do is take this top bar and just slide it over here to the left. Okay, I'm going to turn off your scan for a second right here so you can see what I've drawn. And with the mouth and the teeth all selected, there's no color in any of them. I go to my Pathfinder, and in the bottom left corner, there's a Pathfinder called Divide. What that's going to do is it's going to divide this mouth into a black shape, a white shape, and a white shape. And Illustrator is going to say, well, these aren't inside the mouth, so Chris doesn't need them, so I'll delete them for him. Right here. Select the mouth and the teeth. Divide. Look how it cleaned that up. And what that basically did is created 3 puzzle pieces. Okay? This tooth just slides into that space. This tooth slides into that space. And the big puzzle piece is the big black mouth. So what you have to keep in mind is when you do it that way, okay? When you draw that way, Illustrator wants to keep all the puzzle pieces together. So anytime you click divide, you have to go to Object and ungroup the pieces. If you don't, and I'll skip that, when you click outside and you try to click on a tooth, it will select everything. So I'll undo that. Anytime you click divide, immediately go to Object menu, ungroup. Now when you click outside, you can click on the edge of a tooth and we'll fill it kind of light yellow. Click on the edge of the tooth. There's my eyedropper and I can sample the same yellow. Take my black arrow, click on the edge of the mouth, and I'll fill the mouth black. So basically, Illustrator created a couple of puzzle pieces. Edit, undo, edit, undo, and that's what we have drawn so far. Command S to save on a Mac, that would be Control S on your PC. And notice when I drew the mouth, it started to cover up the tongue. So I actually have my layers backwards. This tongue should not tuck under the mouth, it should go over. So I'm going to take the tongue and drag it to the thin blue line. That's how you rearrange layers. We did that back in chapter 3 with Fred Flintstone. Okay, so now the mouth is done. I lock it. That's the beauty of layers. I turn off the eyeball. D for default colors. Click on the white, hit the question mark key, and now I want the tongue outline to be 2. I want the stroke panel to be set to round ends, like the end of that line right there, and round corners, like that corner right there. I click on the bar above to turn that off, and now it's time to draw the mouth. All you want to do is draw the very outer edge of the mouth, like this. We'll start down here. Click and drag up, longer line for a longer curve. Let go. I'm going to move around that curve over to here. Click and drag up. There's my second point on a long curve, right at the edge of the mouth. There's my third point on a long curve. 1, then you move. There's 2, then you move. There's 3. You don't need to draw a curve in 8 points. You can do it in 3. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. The top of the mouth or tongue goes up. Let go of your option. You're sticking to the outer edge of the pink right there. Just that little bump right there. Option or Alt key for a corner. You go up. Come around that turn right where the lip kind of hits the tongue right there and back down. There's 1 for a long curve. Right down here, there's 2 for a long curve. And all the way back to the start, I'm ending on a corner. So I'm going to hold my Option or Alt key, and there's 3. It goes down and to the left. 3 points for another long curve. Command click outside with your Mac to deselect, or anywhere to deselect. Control click on a PC. And now we draw the separate detail, the wrinkle in the tongue. So it goes right on that corner. Down to the right, there's 1. In the middle of the curve, there's 2. And at the end of the curve, there's 3. If I look outside by clicking outside, notice how the tongue has a nice soft end to it. The tip has a nice soft corner. That's because of these 2 buttons on my stroke panel. I'll take my zoom tool, Option or Alt click a couple of times. And again, with my black arrow, I select the edge of the tongue, go to my eyedropper and hold your Shift key so you keep your outlines. Now, there's the tongue sticking out of the mouth. Command S on your Mac, Control S on a PC. I will lock those layers and now we have the eyebrow. Okay. I'm going to click on the fill because the eyebrow is not pink and hit the question mark key. This stroke is still set to the same stroke that I drew down here. See, it's still 2 and the stroke is still set, so that's perfect. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And then with my pen tool, I'm going to start right here on the eyebrow. Click and drag up, short line going up, and then a short line continuing up. 2 points for a short curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner, very short line for a short curve. Drag down, very short line for a short curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner, short line going up. All the way up here, no keyboard at the end of your curves. Short line coming up and to the right. There's the second part. Option or Alt key for a corner. Short line to start a short curve. Short line to end a short curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. Short line to go up. And here's what you're going to do. Right up here, before you hit the guide, like right next to it, click and drag straight across to the right. Make that as even as you can. Right there. Okay? With your black arrow, you select this line for the eyebrow. You go to your reflect tool. Put it right on the red guide, right here in the middle. Hold your Option or Alt key and click. We're going to reflect the eyebrow right across that guide, the vertical guide. Flip or reflect a copy. Why draw these again when we already figured it out over here? You take your white arrow, see the little gap right in there? You're going to take your white arrow, drag over that gap. So you select just the 2 ends. And on your keyboard, to connect them or join them, on a Mac it is Command J and they join. On a PC it is Control J to join. So now, with my black arrow, I select them, click on my fill, take my eyedropper and shift click. So we get the color and we keep our outline. File, save your progress. Now I'll zoom out and let's see what we've drawn by turning off our scan. So there we go. I can turn on the scan, lock the eyebrow, and now come down to the stomach. I'll just zoom back in. This is also kind of a symmetrical shape. So I'm just going to click on the fill, hit the question mark key, and I'm going to do it again. Following this guide, right up, this curve would go right about there. Okay, not right where it be, but just off to the side right here. Click and drag down to the left, then come all the way down to the side. Down, almost straight down, right there. Then come all the way across the bottom, not on the red guide, just to the left of it. Click and drag to the side, kind of like what you did with the eyebrow, right there. Now I take my black arrow, select that line for the stomach, click once on my reflect tool, put it right on the guide, hold Option or Alt key on a PC, and you click. You're going to flip it to the other side. Along the same vertical axis, flip a copy. You have to join the 2 halves together. Otherwise, let me show you on my screen, this half would get a color and this half would get a color. You'd have a big gap going down the middle. Okay, so I'm going to undo those 2 colors right there. Take your white arrow, your editing tool. I'll select right over those 2 bottom points, Command J to join on a Mac. That would be Control J on a PC. I can do the same thing up here because all my other layers are locked. Go right over those 2 points, Command J on a Mac or Control J on a PC. I click outside with my white arrow, and now I have to draw the belly button. 1 point that goes up, come to the end, 1 point down to the right. Command click or Control click on your PC to deselect, and I'll do it again. 1 point that goes up, right on the edge of that black line, 1 point that goes up to the left. Command click on your Mac or Control click on your PC to deselect. Once you've drawn everything, then it's time to color. So remember, I drew the bigger shape first, then the smaller shapes on top. Just like the eye, I drew the bigger shape, then the next smaller, then the next smaller, then the next smaller. I did the same thing here. Select the outer edge of the stomach, eyedropper, and shift click right there. Awesome. Save my progress. Lock the stomach. Now I'll zoom out because I got to draw the body, and that's like a big shape. Okay, I don't like bright blue anchor points, so I double click to the right, and I will make mine red because they're always just easier for me to see. The body is not this light green. That was left over from the stomach. So I click the light green, hit the question mark key. The stroke is all the same. 2 points. It's already set up for round ends and round corners, so that's good. And now I'm going to go to my pen tool. Again, let me zoom in once so you can see this a little better. Again, not right on the red, just to the left of it here. I'm going to click and drag once out to the left, let go, come all the way up, and drag up to the left. There's the curve of that belly. Option or Alt key for a corner, short line down, no keyboard at the end, short line down. Option or Alt key for a corner, short line going up, well, a little longer line going up because we're making this longer curve. No keyboard at the end, and you continue up. Option or Alt key for a corner, short line coming down, no keyboard at the end, short line coming down for a short curve. Option or Alt key for a corner, little bit longer line going up, no keyboard at the end, and another longer line going up. Option or Alt key for a corner, short line coming down, no keyboard at the end, and you go down. I'll just pull with my space bar. Option or Alt key for a corner, you go up, let go and move right about here across from this fingertip, up, right on the edge so I barely bend. Now I'll come up right above that armpit, up, right on the edge of his body. Now I'll come up, right on the edge of his shoulder, up, right in that corner, up. So I get a nice little wavy line. Hold my space bar and pull that down. Option or Alt key to start from a corner, short line coming down, no keyboard at the end when you come down. Option or Alt key to start from a corner, I go up, no keyboard at the end, and I go up. Option or Alt key for a corner, I go out to the left, no keyboard at the end, and I go up to the left. Option or Alt key to start from a corner, I go in to the right, let go of my mouse and the keyboard, come up, right here, up, then I go right into the head. You overlap. I'll go right here, over to the right. That's all you need. Okay, I'm going to zoom out Option or Alt click with my zoom tool to zoom out so I can see everything. Space bar to push this up. And with my black arrow, I'm going to select the whole left side of his body. Right here is my reflect tool. Click once. Put your reflect tool right on the guide. And you hold Option on a Mac or Alt on a PC. And you click right on that guide. So it makes the copy jump across the body. I click copy. If this didn't land right where I wanted it to land, with my black arrow, I can hit my arrow keys to nudge to the right, or hit my left arrow key to nudge to the left, or the right arrow key again to nudge back to the right, but you get the idea. With my white arrow, I go right between his legs. I got to click and drag over that little gap right there. Select that little gap. Command J on a Mac to join. That would be Control J on a PC. Right up here, since all my other layers are locked, I'll just put a bigger box between these 2 points right here. Command J on a Mac, that would be Control J on a PC, and I join the whole body together. Black arrow can select the body. Eyedropper can eyedrop the same color as his eyebrow. And there we go. Black arrow, click outside. File. Save your progress, always. Okay, lock the body. Now I come down to the hands. And here's the secret. I'm going to zoom in on this hand. And then I'm going to click on the fill, because that's left over from the body. Question mark key for no fill. The outlines are all going to be the same. And the way you do wrinkles is you always leave them last. You have to trace the entire shape of the hand first. So I'm going to start right here. Short line going down, then I move. Short line going out, then I move. Short line coming down, then I move. And then another short line down right there. Option or Alt key for a corner. Shorter line coming down. No keyboard at the end. And I come back up. Notice I'm not drawing this. I just want the outer edge of the blue. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. Then I let go of the keyboard and I come around and go up. Let go and move. Up. Let go and move. Up. Let go and move and turn. Up. Let go and move. Up. Let go and move. Down. Let go and move. To the left. Let go, and I come back to the start. When I see that circle next to my pen tool, that means I've looped all the way around. Option or Alt key for a corner, and I drag down. I want to create just the tracing of the entire hand. Command click on a Mac to deselect. That would be Control click to deselect with a PC. And now I draw the wrinkles. So right there from the corner, that wrinkle goes up, let go, and move to the end. Now it goes to the left, let go, and there's a wrinkle or a divider between the fingers. Command click anywhere with a Mac, Control click with a PC to deselect, and now I'll do it again from there. Up, let go and move to the end. To the left, let go. Command click to deselect on a Mac. That would be Control click with a PC. When you go to color, you don't color these lines. They're meant to stay just as a line. It's only the hand that has color. So I'll just select right on the edge of the thumb, go to my eyedropper, and shift click. We'll click outside. Okay, what I'm going to do is instead of reflecting the hand over to there and then reflecting the arm over to there, I'm going to draw the hand and the arm and then just do one big reflection. Okay, so I'm going to keep the hands unlocked. I'm going to come down to arms, click on the blue fill and hit the question mark key. And now I'm going to draw the arms. So I'm going to take my pen tool, follow this inner curve so it overlaps right there. 1 point going up to start, a second point going up the side, there's 2. Third point across the top, 3 points for a longer curve, which simultaneously right here is the first point for the next long curve. Halfway down, second point for a long curve. All the way down, overlap the body, third point. Now I'll just come over here. Click, click. 1 to start a curve, 2 to finish a short curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. We're going to do a long curve again. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. There's 1 longer line for a longer curve. I let go of the Option or Alt key right here on the elbow. There's 2 for a long curve. All the way down into the hand. Click and drag down to the right. You can see how I'm bending it there. There's 3 for a long curve. And I come back to the start. There's that circle. Click. I have looped all the way around. Black arrow, as we always do, select, eyedropper, shift click. The arms are a little darker than the body. Now I can go to my black arrow, click outside. On my Mac, I hit Command key and the minus key to zoom out a couple of times. On my PC, I would hold Control and hit the minus key to zoom out. Space bar will activate my hand tool so I can see everything. Now my black arrow can select the arm and the hand. I don't have to worry because everything else is locked. I click once on my reflect tool, hover over the guide. Right on that guide, I hold Option or Alt key and click. And I will reflect it across his body, the arm and the hand. Copy. Good. I just finished the hands and the arms, so I can lock them. Command S on my Mac to save. That's Control S on your PC. Now I come down to the legs. I'm going to click on the fill, hit the question mark key, and then I'll zoom in. Real close. With my pen tool, I'm going to start by overlapping right here. I'm going to come down, let go, and move. I put a point before the sharp turn, come around that sharp turn and put another point going down to the left. Let go, come around that turn, down to the right. Let go, come around that sharp turn, up to the left. This is a smooth curve, so I can go all the way over here. Click and drag down and to the left. So you arch that foot. Every good monster needs good foot arches. Okay, right here. Option or Alt key for a corner. Short line coming down. Right near the bottom, short line going to the left. And right up here, short line coming up. Notice I'm tracing around the very outer edges of his foot, just like I did the very outer edges of his hand. Okay, we're going to draw these little wrinkles last. Option or Alt key for a corner. It goes down to the left, Let go of your keyboard and come up to the right. Option or Alt key for a corner, goes up to the left. I let go of the keyboard, come around that toe, goes up to the right. Let go and come over this hill, down to the right. Now I come right here, before a sharp turn. Click and drag before, come around that sharp turn, click and drag after, right along the edge of the leg right here. All the way up to the left. Option or Alt key for a corner. Short line to start a short curve. No keyboard at the end. Short line to end a short curve. Option or Alt key for a corner. Short line to start a short curve. No keyboard at the end. Short line to end a short curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. No keyboard at the end of your curve. Option or Alt key to start from a corner. It goes up. No keyboard at the end when it continues to go up. Option or Alt key for a corner. It comes down. No keyboard at the end when it continues to go down. Option or Alt key for a corner. Now the curve goes up. It comes up and overlaps the edge. It goes up to the right. Let go. Click. Click. Back to the start. You're not going to see these lines anyway. Command click on a Mac, that's Control click on a PC. And now I do the wrinkle right from that corner. Line goes up and to the left. I let go, come all the way over to the right. Click and drag to the right. Command click on a Mac to deselect, Control click on a PC, and now I do it again from this corner. Goes up and to the right, let go and move to the end, click and drag down and to the right, and you arch that line. Command click on a Mac to deselect, that's Control click on a PC. I can take my magnifying tool, Option or Alt click to zoom back out. My black arrow allows me to select right on the edge. I only want the leg. These are going to remain just black lines. My eyedropper can sample the same color as the body. Now with my black arrow, I click and drag. I'm going to select all the toes and the leg, the whole thing. Here's my reflect tool. Click, put it right on the guide. Hold Option on a Mac or Alt on a PC and click, and you will reflect it across that guide. I'm on the vertical, copy. Black arrow, click outside to deselect. File, save your progress. Spacebar for the hand tool, and I'm going to pull this down. And I will zoom in on this left side horn. I click on the fill, hit the question mark key, and I'm going to draw the very outer edges of this horn. So I'm going to start overlapping the shape. A point that goes up. Oops, wait a minute. I just realized I'm on the wrong layer. Delete that anchor point. I'm done with the legs. Lock them. Almost forgot that. Now I come down to the horns. There we go. The horns will overlap the body. You don't have to start way inside as long as you overlap the edge. I'll do a point that goes up and to the left. Then I'll come up right up the side, straight up. Then I'll come to the side of this curve, right where this line meets right there, straight up. I'll come to the top, right where this line hits, straight over. Then I'll come all the way back down. Down to the right. Option or Alt key for a corner. I'll go up. I let go of the keyboard right on the side, right where this curve is hitting right there. Go straight up. Come all the way across the top. Click and drag to the right. Come all the way down the side of this curve right here, straight down. Come down to where this line meets there and drag down to the right. And then I overlap and go up to the right. Back to the start. You gotta make sure, really important, when you go back to the start, you see that little circle with your pen tool. That means you're gonna close up the shape of the horn. Click. Now, I command click outside with my Mac, control click with my PC, and now I have to draw all these lines that crisscross over the horn like this. I'll start overlapping, click and drag, let go, and go way outside. Click and drag. Command click on my Mac, control click on a PC, and I'll do it again for every one of these lines. Right past the edge, click and drag up. Right past the edge, click and drag up. Command click or control click on your PC. And take a minute to do all those lines. Right here, I'll go up, come all the way across the horn, click and drag to the right. Command click on my Mac. Control click on your PC. And I'll do it again, outside. Click and drag up, cut across the horn, click and drag to the right, command click on my Mac, control click on your PC, and I'll do it again, outside, outside, and you cut across the horn. Command click on your Mac, control click on your PC, and I got 2 more lines to do. Starting outside, I go up, cut all the way across the horn, and drag to the right. Command click on your Mac, control click on your PC, and the last one, you start outside, click and drag up, end outside, click and drag to the right, command click on your Mac, control click on your PC. Now what we're going to do is take our black arrow and we're going to use all these little crisscrossing lines here to slice this horn into stripes. We've got one solid horn, but we need it to go gold, orange, gold, orange, gold. Right now, it would just be all one color. Okay, so I'll hit the red slash. We don't need that color yet. I'm going to select the horn and all the divider lines. In the bottom left corner of my Pathfinder, I'm going to divide that horn into a bunch of stripes. Divide, which also cleans up the tips. Anytime you click divide, it makes a group. So you have to go to Object menu and ungroup the stripes. When you click outside, now you're going to select all the gold parts. So I'll click right here. Click. Hold my Shift key and click on the edge. Shift key and click on the edge of gold. Shift key and click on the edge of gold. I take my eyedropper. Shift click the gold. Now I take my black arrow. I'm going to do the same thing for the orange parts. Click on the edge of the first one. Shift click the edge of the next orange. Shift click the edge of the next orange. Shift click the edge of the next orange. Take my eyedropper. Shift click. Awesome. I'll take my black arrow. Select all of that horn. I can do that because all my other layers are locked and protected, so I don't have to worry about bumping into the eye. Command 0 on a Mac. That would be Control and 0 on a PC to fit the page on the screen. Now I go to my reflect tool one last time. I put it right on the guide. Hold Option key on a Mac or Alt key on a PC right on that guide, and I click. Across the vertical guide, my vertical axis, I flip a copy. Now with my black arrow, I click outside. This basic alien is done. I don't need my scan anymore. He's good to go. Drag the little scan to the trash. Unlock all my layers. And there we go. Illustrator characters professionally done with your reflect tool, so you have that element of balance and that element of consistency. Awesome job. Hopefully I'll see you on another planet where we continue our Illustrator drawing. But for now, we'll just stay on Earth. Thanks for lending me your body so I can show these people how to use a reflect tool. Bleep, blop, blorp. All right, now I'm just saying stupid stuff. So let's go to File, save one more time, and I'll see you in the next demo.